So, hello everyone, and welcome to this. Hello and welcome to this event that is organized by the IEEE PES Young Professionals um, for the PES Day. So, I would like to welcome our our guest. Can can we add the So sorry for this technical problem. So again, I would like to welcome you to this event that is organized by the IEEE PES Young Professionals. And today the speaker is Mr. Bishnoi. He's a chairperson of the IEEE PES Bombay section, and he's a senior general manager and in the R&D department of Schneider Electric. So he's our speaker today, and I would like to welcome him in. Hello and welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Nicholas,
Thank
for nice introduction. It's pleasure to be with you and all of other audience. So shall we start or like how to
you.
go about?
Yes, I think we can start.
Yeah. So maybe shall I start sharing my screen in that case?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that. Uh, so now I'm sharing my screen. So hope my screen is visible clearly. Hello,
So
Yeah, Nicholas, my screen is visible and I am audible.
uh, you are
Yeah.
audible, but your screen is not.
Oh,
So
screen is not visible. Just a minute then. Okay, I need to maybe upload or just a minute. Let me do that. Yeah. So I'll share my screen.
yeah, now it is.
And now it's visible, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry
So the
for that.
floor
I
is
think.
yours. We are eager to see your presentation.
Yeah, sure. So hope like the agenda for today's the event is a virtual plant visit. Since in the current time scenario where there is a pandemic all around the world, and we need to maintain social distance and various kind of other constraints like travel constraints. So that is where I think the idea of virtual plant visit was there, and even virtual internship also planned, I mean the which has happened last year, and now I think it is normal, returning back to the normalcy. So there is a in person also things are happening. So uh, so this was like a virtual industrial visit, what we can call, or virtual plant visit of Schneider Electric Plant, and this is organized on the PES Day 2022. So I'm thankful to the organizing team, and especially the Nicholas and like other team who has been working in background, and they have made this event happen. So thank you entire team for making this event. So this was, I think, the kind of I think poster which was prepared. So I just thought to take you through. So the next was I will take through. Just a minute. I think I will now. I will stop sharing. I need to keep on moving here and there. Just a minute. Please bear with me here. So hope you, Nicholas, you are able to see my screen now.
Yes,
Uh, and audio is also audible, right?
yes. Audio is
Yeah,
audible.
yeah, yeah.
Schneider Electric opened a new chapter in manufacturing with the launch of a smart factory in Bangalore. Opened with much fanfare, this factory promises a green approach to manufacturing, which will maximize efficiency and promote growth through innovation, where physical machines are fitted with smart sensors connected to a cloud network which uses data from connected operations and production systems to create spontaneous situations and make real-time decisions. With disruption, digitization, and automation on the minds of every major player in manufacturing, let's take a closer look at what makes Schneider Electric's smart factory solution stand out.
Well, to simply kick off the conversation, and I'd love to start with you. How do technology-enabled factories, smart factories, essentially leave behind existing traditional models of automation that are already in place?
Yeah, I think it's really something important at Schneider Electric because we run 200 factories around the world. We have 100 distribution centers. And let's be clear, all of them are not like have been built last week. So we have plenty of brownfield facilities, and the idea of the transformation that we went through, that I was commenting about earlier, smart factory, smart DC, how they are integrated in the tailored, sustainable, and connected 4.0 journey. We do believe at Schneider that we can, I would say, deploy the technology in a way that we can start small and deploy fast and scale up. So in the way that we are able to implement the technology that Schneider sells to customers, and we do believe that it's the normal approach to use that technology and implement it in our facilities, connecting, I would say, the assets, connecting the different aspects of the process, and bringing the visibility and bringing the information at the edge control, enabling people operating the workshop, operating the process, the lines, the factory, to have that visibility with the objective of being safer, with the objective of being faster, with the objective of delivering a better quality for our customers.
Sure. And Chandrasekhar, I'd love to bring you into the conversation at this point, building on what Murad has just shared. How time intensive, how capital intensive is it to transform your existing infrastructure into a factory of the future, into something that is end-to-end technology enabled? And at what point in the growth story of a company does it make sense to take that step and to pull that trigger?
That's a great question, Pooja. One of the fears that a lot of people, a lot of customers have is, how do I invest in making my factory smarter? The answer to that is, depending on the outcomes that one would map out, an ROI could be as less as a few weeks. It sounds shocking, but it could be a few weeks. Now, I also come from a perspective of being India's largest manufacturer of CNC machines. And in a CNC machine, there are more than 2,000 to 3,000 parts that go into a machine. And a lot of our customers also belong to the SME segment. For them, every paisa or cent that they invest has to have a tangible outcome. And what we believe is a sort of a hub and spoke model where, instead of a big bang, front-loaded approach, we believe that if we take the pains of every department in those companies and we enable them to solve that particular pain and get a certain outcome, then they become the owners of transformation, digitization, and eventually moving towards Industry 4.0.
Well, Shalini, building on the transformation that Chandrasekhar has touched upon, how much of this transformation, is about processes, how much of it is about product, and how much of it is about people?
So I represent a software company. I mean, we are an enterprise software provider. For any digital transformation in the smart factories, it's about all the three things. And a lot of people say, digital transformation is about technologies. Actually, it's more about people, because people have to accept the changes. The factories that have been running on, say, old systems, old applications have to modernize. They have to move to a new, maybe they are running on the premise in a data center. They have to move to the cloud. Maybe they have to connect a remote factory to their central factory. So it's about both systems, process, and people, and it's about training people into these new systems.
Well, that to my mind involves a huge reskilling effort, perhaps even unlearning some of the behaviors and processes that members on the shop floor, on the factory floor, have built their entire career around. So how does one handle that transition internally?
Yeah, actually, the way it has been now, industry has been changed. What we've seen from past 2-3 decades, everything has to be now digitalized, and people want to remotely access, make everything like IoT-based technology. Here in this, especially shop floor area, it is improvise many things. Like earlier, we used to make preventive maintenance schedules, and we should know when we need to do maintenance of the equipment. Now everything is such a way driven in the software, and it will give all kind of information to the shop floor manager that particular equipment is due for the renewal of AMC or whatever need to be how undergo preventive maintenance. Now everything has been such a way, and the MD of the company also can directly see how the production is happening in the shop floor. It is well connected. It has to be process oriented.
Sure. Sandeep, while we talk about these well-connected environments, right? We talk about leveraging analytics, so to speak, leveraging IoT frameworks, digitization. Doesn't that, on the flip side, also become a challenge because so many pools of data exist in silos? They exist in isolation. So isn't there a complete technology overhaul that's required as a foundation before we can even think about factories of the future?
Sure. I think I would take 2 or 3 components to answer your question.
Please.
One is it essentially has to be a purpose-driven initiative. We do not do machine learning or we do not do factory automation because it is trendy. It has to be, as I said, purpose-driven, objective-driven. It depends upon what segment of business are you in. And even if, let's say, 2 players are in the same segment of business, still their objectives could be different depending upon their business model, their philosophy, their customer segment. So one shirt doesn't fit all, like Murad said.
Absolutely.
It's very important. So you must not do it because it is in trend. Also, as you said very rightly, it doesn't have to be big bang as always. You could do it in components. There could be small pain points which do not require you to drive an entire strategy of process reengineering or entire reengineering. So I think low hangings are still important. We should definitely avoid a myopia that every brick and mortar is essentially bad and needs to be demolished. There is still brick and mortar which will work. There is semi-automation which will work. So ROI, as you rightly said, the pace of change is so fast. And if you get too much driven by what is in the space around you and try to do everything that is there in the environment, then your ROI becomes a mirage. By the time you hit the first ROI that you projected, there is a need for reinvestment and your ROI keeps shifting. And day will come when your CFO will not allow you to do any further automation if you keep on getting into that trap. So I think this balance is very important.
Sure. And Murad, when we talk about value-driven addition or a purpose-driven outcome, let's outline what some of those purposes might be. And I'd love to hear from the entire panel here, given that they represent such a rich range of industries and perspectives. Are we looking for end-to-end visibility into supply chain activity? Are we looking to maximize ROI? Are we looking to, for example, reduce the carbon footprint? Are we looking to have the ability to be flexible enough to customize such that we can offer a real-time response to changing market demands? How do we prioritize this list? And if you could just walk through what's on your wish list in particular.
Yeah, I think the challenge is that we want all of that. I mean, we believe as own customer, we want, I would say cheap, we want fast, we want good quality. And that's the world of today. You have so much offer, easy to access on internet. And at the end of the day, this is how we also have to run our own business. I mean, as head of the supply chain, We want safe, we want quality, we want fast and speed, and we want also efficient. So the way we are deploying, I would say, the digitization at Schneider Electric is really by domain of expertise. You know, when we talk about energy management and sustainability, first step is to measure. I mean, you're not able to improve something that you're not measuring. And frankly speaking, I have tens of examples where our teams, by spending a few €100, in putting in place meters, collecting the information and starting to have visibility. Oh, okay, we spend that amount of money in HVAC. We spend that amount of money during the weekend when the factory is supposed to be ideal. And then you start to analyze those data and you start to build, knowledge and driving applications. We have, molding capabilities where implementing speed drives. We started measuring, we started analyzing, and then define actions where implementing a speed drive on every molding machine enabled us further improvement. So it's really, you enter into that cycle of continuous and permanent, improvement drive. The second point I would mention, and I think you pointed out about people, and you're absolutely right. The way we saw the implementation of technology is not too much about the technology itself. It exists. We have great, people doing the design of those offers. Javed earlier was explaining EcoStruxure plant, EcoStruxure machine, EcoStruxure grid. All these offers are there. And the challenge for us is really to make it accessible, make it, remove the complexity and make it easy for people at the shop floor level to be capable of using it, to provide, I would say, the quality of information, the speed of, guidance, so that they can drive, I would say, the decision at the right level.
Sure. I'd like for each of the panelists to, from their own professional capacities, to cite one, smart manufacturing technology or smart technology that has served as a success story within the context of their own organization. And Shalini, if I could please start with you.
So I'll talk about, so we have an emerging business. We are an enterprise software company well known for compute virtualization.
Sure.
20 years ago. One of the emerging markets that we are looking at is called IoT. So, and IoT can be in different use cases. Smart factory is one of them. And the way we want to play is really in an infrastructure management plane. So you could have heterogeneous systems. So you could have heterogeneous devices, connected things, and then you could have multiple applications. So how do you, as an organization, connect to all of them from the north and from the south and still manage it in a uniform fashion? That's where we see our play, and that's where we see this can apply to a factory, it can apply to a building. Like in Bangalore, we are deploying water meters in every floor for every wing, because Bangalore is a water constrained site. We're using the same technology. So you can apply in a building, you can apply in a railways, you can apply in a factory. But where we want to come in is where businesses are trying to manage devices and applications from multiple environments. And how do you do it in an agnostic way?
Sure. And, just a follow-up question there.
Yes.
As you were rolling out, and deploying these smart technologies, to what extent did they exist in a beta phase or a trial phase before you sort of essentially went for the mass rollout?
I think every customer wants to do a field trial first before they do a big production deployment. I mean, that's really the way it goes, because they need to test it. They need to demonstrate the use case.
And how many months, if you had to approximate?
It has to be short, otherwise they'll lose interest. So I would say 3 months, 3 to 6 months.
Your experience, sir?
Yeah, rightly pointed out, like, see everything has, whatever I just want to implement, we can't just straight away go implement. You should educate and give awareness sessions with all the shop floor, the whole executives are there. We should enrich the knowledge, and especially on the whatever IoT-based technology which is coming in the market. We should percolate to the down level also, so that they should understand why we are going to that. We have to improvise the production, and should inform them it's not losing any jobs for them. Like, see, always people have in mind that getting in technology, they'll think they'll lose the jobs. No, that is not the criteria here. we have to enrich their knowledge, and we have to bring out the next level of the knowledge, and they should put into the production, that it be in factory side where they can improve the production.
Love your perspective, sir.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think, during the visit of today, you will probably see more of it, is we really wanted to bring, I would say, the information at the lower level, at the level of the workshop and at the level of the operator. We speak a lot about augmented operator.
Absolutely.
And that's really where, you're bringing the value of digital. You're bringing that, speed of getting the right information at the right level, and really trying to kind of keep the complexity of the technology away from blocking, I would say, the deployment. The way we have been deploying at Schneider Electric was really working with what we call the mode 1 and mode 2. Mode 1 being really the operations and the execution, mode 2 being really the innovation, center of digital innovation, the teams at the central level that are packaging and defining some of the, I would say, elementary bricks that we wanted to deploy. And then every factory inside our company has been able to kind of customize the way they have been deploying those solutions. Very fast, very easy to implement those kind of packages that requires just small configurations. And this is really the way we see the scalability of the solutions through EcoStruxure.
How about you, Sandeep?
There are two fronts on which we have kind of automation. First of all, we are not a manufacturing plant. We are a data center cloud
Sure.
services company. So to be honest, we enable that for our customers rather than we doing it ourselves. That's one part. So on business, there are several automation initiatives that we have taken, which are greatly improving life, making life easy for our customers. For obvious reasons of secrecy and information protection, I can't talk about many of them, but we have extended controls over mobile phones to our customer, control with their login where they can downscale, upscale, they can modify the kind of services that they want to use from our data center, sitting at their remote location. We have greatly improved visibility and accuracy of billing. There used to be a lot of pain points about billing. Billing used to be late. There could be some reconciliation problems. So all has been wrinkled out using automation tools. This is all improving life of customers and therefore improving their level of satisfaction with us, which is the end point of everything. When it comes to procurement side, I would say I look at value pyramid, and whatever you can convert from discretion basis to no-brainer by using parameters, defined parameters. What I mean is today essentially something is decided by a human being because it is not standardized, not parameter driven. When you're able to convert that, you push that activity lower in the pyramid, and the lower pyramid can be shifted to automation. So very soon I will have bots doing the repeat kind of purchase orders. It will even go to an extent where I can have 100% bot-driven purchase order, 90% bot-driven purchase order. So let's say there is a decision box at step 9 of 10 of a purchase order. Bot will run it in no time to 9. It will trigger you that now I need your decision. You give it, and then it shoots a purchase order. So that kind of thing we are very close to implementing.
Sure. Some very groundbreaking examples there. Chandrasekhar, love to hear from you.
I'd like to give some context to the question. So first of all, a lot of our customers from the automotive industry or the aerospace industry or the medical industry, not all of them tend to be big corporates. 65% or say 1/3, 2/3 are SMEs. And one of the impact creation at SMEs is how do you help them make more money? And I'd like to share that we were initially the first mover in India for Industry 4 solutions.
Sure.
And a lot of our customers have literally doubled the machine hour rate, so to speak. That is, how much money do they make per hour on every machine? They've almost doubled that. Now, from a context of what makes it happen, we look at how do you improve both what happens inside a cycle of production and between cycles of production. The needs of, say, a manufacturer that manufactures one rocket part is very different than a automotive parts manufacturer who manufactures millions in a day. Or take companies like us. let's say we manufacture every part at 100% quality, 100% efficiency, but to assemble a machine, it's 3,000 parts. So supply, tooling, kitting, having the right part at the right time makes a huge difference. Now, this is where a comprehensive, outcome-driven approach to digitization as well as Industry 4 can create significant impact.
One of the leading challenges I imagine across industries is getting internal buy-in to sort of pull the trigger and execute the rollout of a smart factory setup within your organization. And so what I'd like to understand is that if someone has understood the business case behind it, right, how do they go about implementing it internally? Who belongs in that conversation? Who are the relevant decision makers? What's the time horizon and cost we're looking at? While we can talk about it, say someone has understood the premise, what do they do next?
I mean, as every big, I would say, transformation or revolution in an organization, it needs absolutely to be led and supported by the management and the leadership. So it's really a critical step that leadership understands what the vision that we will be reaching. The second is, I mean, the way we have been deploying it at Schneider, we also didn't put I would say, the focus on saying, like, if you would rewind automation in the 80s or 90s, where it was all about removing headcounts, removing people, etc. It's absolutely not the objective of the way we see the digital revolution that is happening today. We see it again more as a operator augmented, human augmented, the speed, the ability to have the right information at the right time in the right place. And I would say I was myself surprised, and I would guess that today during the visit of the Schneider Bangalore factory, you would see how people have absolutely embarked to a point that it has been amazing, the fact that people in their own life are using digital in everything they do, in the banking, etc. The fact that we were somehow not using the same approach inside our plants, inside our distribution center, has, kind of getting them using the same tools than the ones that they're using in their daily life. So you will see that operators are digital, that operators are using those tools. They are, using them with the right engagement. We have been doing a lot of training. We have absolutely embarked them in the journey, making sure that they were part of that transformation, upscaling the roles. Also, somehow looking at the fact that digital enables you to have, expertise at a lower level, if I can say it like that. Meaning that you are able to maintain a machine assisted. You are able to give to an operator the information to be able to understand what are the issues on the equipment, where to do the first step, and guiding the person on the job, which was not possible before.
I really have to thank our panelists for adding such, depth and breadth to this conversation. I believe a huge round of applause is deeply deserved.
So hope I am audible and visible.
Yes.
Yeah. So now I'll move to the next. So this was the kind of the panel discussion on smart factory, which we had. So now I'll take through the next part of the. So largely we manufacture like switch gear.
Welcome to GSC India Hyderabad plant. Since its establishment from 2006, the plant boasts machines and assembly lines equipped with cutting-edge technologies and lean manufacturing practices powered by EcoStructure. We manufacture NW, MVS range of ACBs and CVS, NSX range of MCCB for LV segment or partner BU, Chassis D and Easy Pack TVS Plus contactors and Harmony push buttons for industrial control segments with world-class quality. Our facilities has been growing consistently with future-ready new offers MTZ Nova, connected air circuit breaker for LV segment, and Easy Pack EXE vacuum circuit breaker for energy business in its portfolio to serve customers globally. We are the first smart factory in India where we digitally transform from traditional manufacturing to smart manufacturing by leveraging EcoStructure solutions, thereby improving our business, safety, reliability, efficiency, sustainability, and connectivity. EcoStructure platform is Schneider's latest innovation in a decades-long evolution which combines our best-in-class OT solutions with the latest in IT technology. As an open IoT-enabled system, Schneider's EcoStructure architecture allows us to innovate at every level across connected products, edge control, app analytics, and service for our organization. Leveraging our deep domain knowledge and applied experience in 4 end markets, we deploy solutions based on 6 validated reference architectures: building, power, IT, machine, plant, and grid. At the heart of our IoT system architecture is the EcoStructure platform, connecting everything in our facility from the shop floor to the top floor. EcoStructure Building Operations is the edge-based application that helps facility manager see real-time data and get early alerts on facility equipment like chillers, HVAC systems, and fire panels, along with live streaming of CCTV footage. Hyderabad site brought under EcoStructure Building Operations by integrating Video Expert, Security Expert, and Fire Expert in one platform. Under building connected products, plant is equipped with laser-based smoke detector, access door controllers, 65 smart CCTV cameras, fire control panels to sense any abnormal conditions inside the building. EcoStructure Power Monitoring Expert is the application under edge control layer that is helping our facility to analyze, troubleshoot, predict, and make informed decisions on our electrical distribution network. PME is collecting data from 76 smart meters in the plant from 3 levels of electrical network using 21 gateways and 5 smart links. The different dashboards developed in PME help facility technician identify abnormal condition with more meaningful and actionable items to act well in advance and take necessary steps to improve power reliability, power quality, and operational efficiency. Resource Advisor at Apps and Analytics layer performs trend analysis, comparison analysis, and calendar load profile analysis. With use of PME and RA tools in Smart Energy Workshop, Hyderabad plant is successful in achieving more than 15% energy savings year-on-year and has won several national-level appreciations. IQC is equipped with cutting-edge technologies for measurements of complex profile parts. Critical dimensions are measured and analyzed by instruments such as profile projectors, plating thickness testers with X-ray technology having high accuracy, hardness testers, UTM for load testing, spectrophotometer for color checks. Handling over 4,000 plus parts with storage capacity of 5,000 cubic meter, making it a largest warehouse in Schneider, India. Digital truck management system monitors the complete tracking of the parts from the vendor. Smart ASN receiving process identifies red and green channel suppliers for an efficient put-away process. Separate picking and put-away aisles ensures efficient water spider flow. Water spider efficiency are tracked using LDS tool. Smart warehouse uses RF scan gun to eliminate manual data entry. The digital e-Kanban system is well deployed for material replenishment. Smart battery charging management is implemented to optimize utilization and availability. As a part of IoT Connected Machines initiative, we have enabled all critical machines capable of sending critical to quality and process parameters data to Majoli's Edge Box, which uses node-RED codes to provide real-time data to Insight Online, which helps plot real-time process trends and notify users when processes go out of control, enabling users to take corrective actions. It assists automation experts, facility managers, and technicians in building applications such as monitoring, visualization, and control systems for implementing smart operations across our value chain. On the maintenance front, We have deployed online condition monitoring for critical machines. Condition monitoring application which helps monitor critical machine parameters real time. Notify technicians about abnormalities in machines, enabling timely preventive actions, thereby reducing unpredicted downtimes. Augmented Operator Advisor is used for scanning and comparing the real-time condition of the machine with standards and identify the abnormalities. This helps us to reduce downtime and improve MTTR. In EcoStructure Plant, we have deployed Lean Digitization System, which is a scalable and adaptable operations performance management tool built using IoT concepts. E-and-on system enables us to improve the efficiency and response time of the support functions and provide analysis for identifying continuous improvement opportunities by replacing manual tracking. E-Performance module provides real-time production output and efficiency monitoring. E-work order management improves service level to our customer through flawless execution of orders, eliminating manual recording. Digital work instruction which enables us to improve productivity and minimize errors in manufacturing processes. We have installed 3D printer for rapid prototyping. We track critical parts, sub-assemblies and process parameters against FG serial numbers. These data are digitally recorded through the traceability tool in which we monitor CTQ and CTP parameters like torque, RPM, angle for each screwing process. Pro QMS module helps to calculate the real-time process capability from the data received from different manufacturing processes. Histogram is automatically plotted X bar R chart for the critical parameters and sends notifications if process goes out of limit. At any point of time, this data can be accessed and helps to control the manufacturing in a controlled environment. QDIS is implemented for digitizing all checklists for inspection parameters, which will provide Pareto of defects and rejection analysis. Automated guided vehicle for evacuation of finished goods through intelligent routing system with self-learning capability and traffic management system, enabling us to increase support function efficiency. Finished goods are scanned for correct reference and quantity by scanning secondary packaging box. According to shipping list, products are dispatched in closed containers. Akshara, the world-class training center at Hyderabad, which is designed to create and deliver effective manufacturing training programs for the onboarding people. Simulations are used for training which are an efficient way to demonstrate safety procedures, ergonomy, warehouse operations, lean concepts and quality culture and more. At the end of the training, the operators will be equipped with familiarization of assembly line before going to Gemba. Digital skill assessment is done using voting pads, Digitest versatility management tool to track and improve the skill levels. The smart factory is equipped with passionate team of close to 1,000 direct employees representing around 19 states from the country, with two-thirds of our workforce being women, which comprises the aspects of health, ergo exercises, cycling zone, leisure, playing indoor games at time to play, and employee-friendly ambience. Schneider always cares for diversity, and especially we at Schneider, Hyderabad, ensures the mother who can happily leave their child at crèche and continue her work and nurse the child at regular intervals. An environment-friendly ambience, and our kids love to be at crèche, empowering you to maximize energy efficiency and sustainability, optimize asset available and performance, enable smart, productive operations, provide mobile insight and proactive risk mitigation.
Welcome to Schneider Electric GSC India ITBU BEF facilities. We have 6 global manufacturing locations at Bangalore. At Schneider BEF factories, we have initiated transformation journey towards smart factory. We enable this with EcoStructure, our single open IoT system, which allows us to innovate at every level across our connected products, edge control and applications, analytics and services in our facility, with focus on improving safety, quality, reliability, efficiency, sustainability and connectivity. We have deployed EcoStructure Power, where we have connected product energy meter at base level, which collects and distributes information to EcoStructure Power Monitoring Expert, which act as edge control layer, providing real-time power condition at the facility. At the apps, analytics and services layer, we have Resource Advisor, which deliver predictive analytics that will help to ensure all critical equipment and operations are operating safely through continuous monitoring of connected products and bringing in energy efficiency through Energy Action Plan. We have connected all our state-of-the-art PCBA manufacturing critical equipment for monitoring asset utilization and quality performance. Solder-based height inspection machine enable real-time monitoring of solder-based height and volume and calculate first pass yield, Z value, SPC, CP and CPK. In our surface mount pick and place machines, we can predict the performance of the individual feeders and nozzles, which helps to improve the MTTR and the MTBF. Automatical optical placement inspection machine enables real-time remote monitoring of placement offsets, presence and polarity, which helps to control the DPMO. In the reflow soldering machine, each PCBA temperature profile is validated, recorded and compared to earlier sampling process and thus ensure reliable solder joints. Intelligent torquing stations. Each tool and every step of torquing performance are monitored and recorded, which helps to build analytics to improve torquing process robustness and quality at source. We have deployed Lean Digitization System Modules E&ON system, which enables us to improve the efficiency and response time of the support functions and provide analysis for identifying continuous improvement opportunities. Performance Management Module provides real-time production output and efficiency monitoring, traceability and process interlocks. Our MES client ensures parts quality, MES at warehouse receiving, followed by parts compiled as per Schneider part specification. MES at order launch point, where all unique serial number assigned to work order with prioritization for complete product traceability as per manufacturing design routing steps. MES at SMT process to ensure right component at right location as per ERP BOM linked to work order. MES at assembly and testing to ensure complete product, component and material traceability with each workstation interlocking. MES at packaging and shipping process to establish individual pallet traceability to work order. QDisc, Quality Digitized Inspection System and Control, is a digitized platform for inspection, audit and SPC module. Additive manufacturing. We have installed 3D printer for rapid prototyping and quick replacement of simple SIG and fixture. Advanced robotics. AGV, automated guided vehicle for material movement at warehouse and evacuation of finished goods at factory through intelligent routing system with self-learning capability and traffic management system. Skill Development Center. At Schneider Electric, in line with high-performance culture, our employees are trained and skilled at our Skill Development Center, Disha. At Disha, there are various digital tools used to impart training on safety, quality, efficiency, and required shop floor fundamental before moving to the shop floor. SE Connect tool, a social and interactive tool to provide a digital experience by connecting and engaging shop floor employees.
In our cooling line,
We manufacture a wide range of cooling products with different capacities to meet customer demand, and we also have the capabilities to support exclusive and challenging customer needs. Our lines are equipped with the best-in-class infrastructure and are flexible to cater to precision air handling units and chillers. To add on, we have specialized skill and certified manpower to accommodate and deliver quality products with the best efficiencies. We promote innovation in every step in our design to ensure we meet the market requirements.
Hi friends, in Bangalore, BF Plants, as a part of the Smart Factory initiatives, we have launched an EcoStruxure platform to increase our efficiency and be part of the digitalization program for Schneider Electric. In EcoStruxure, we have EcoStruxure Power, EcoStruxure Plant, and EcoStruxure Machines. Over here, in EcoStruxure Power, we have all our equipments which are giving us the power are connected through a Schneider instruments, and they are collating the data to provide us the efficiency data at what efficiency we are operating at. With the EcoStruxure Power, we are able to generate 22% of the saving in our power consumption compared to the last year, 2017 versus 2018. I must want to emphasize that this platform is giving us huge amount of insights on where we can save power in all our plants in Bangalore factories. With regards to the connected machines, we have connected all our machines, including SMT line, through a line, and also on the manual assembly lines to give us the efficiency data at what efficiency we are operating it, what kind of a quality analytics we can do to drive quality defects in lower for our products, as well as increasing our plant return ratio. And last but not the least, we have deployed a quality disk, which is helping us to track the real-time data on the quality analytics. This is helping us to really drive how we can
So now I will go to the next. So hope I'm audible and you could understand like kind of product line which we are working. So we are working on a electromechanical switch gears, which is like air circuit breakers, molded case circuit breakers, and various kind of electronic assemblies. Like in the last video, I mean the electronic assemblies like pick and place machine, like kind of AHU units, the assembly process. So that has been demonstrated. So now I will go through the last part of it, and then I think, or if there is a time constraint, then maybe I can take a questions here. So it depends on how you want to go about it.
I think it will be better to have an open discussion after finalizing with videos, and it will be really interesting for our viewers as well.
Sure, sure. So maybe give me few 10 more minutes, and then I think we can reach to that open questions. Yeah, sure.
Hello, welcome to Lexington, Kentucky. My name is Kenneth Laphart, and I'm the innovation leader for the Supply Chain Performance Group with Schneider Electric. I'm excited to have you here today in Lexington, and I'd like to talk to you a little bit about a digital transformation that we've performed here in an aged facility, a facility that's 63 years old, some of the struggles that we've had in performing that digital transformation, and how we achieved or went through some of the roadblocks to perform that digital transformation.
So we're now on the factory floor. We're standing here in our customer welcome center in the Lexington facility. We make load centers and safety switches here in the Lexington facility, QO and home line load centers for energy distribution, commercial and residential applications, and safety switches in single phase, three phase, varying in size from 30 amp to 200 amp varieties here in the facility. We are fortunate enough to be fairly vertically integrated in this facility. All of the high tonnage stamping, the plastic injection molding, the electroplating for the coating on our current carrying devices, the semi-automated assembly, the painting of the metal itself, and the semi-automated assembly, and even the material conveyance from fabrication all the way through the assembly line is under one roof. We're also fairly highly automated in the fact that we make approximately 2.8, nearly 3 million of these devices a year in this facility from a raw coil of steel, and we're making a little over 800,000 of these safety switch devices in the facility. We've progressed through the plant now to the point of our first station stop where I want to talk about unlocking siloed data. We noticed that we had concentrations of tribal knowledge in the facility, particularly around the knowledge that it takes to troubleshoot the pieces of electronic devices that control our machines, PLCs, PCs, documentation and information on that machine, critical health signals from that machine is difficult, requires a special skill for a person to come, hook a laptop up to a device to troubleshoot it, spend time trying to find documentation. We've implemented an augmented reality application here known as EcoStruxure Augmented Operator Advisor. And what EcoStruxure Augmented Operator Advisor has done for us is using the power of Node-RED, we've been able to unlock that data out of that PLC and deliver it in a real-time image, overlay that data in a real-time image of an actual camera view of a mobile device, such that now a technician or a maintenance mechanic or a supervisor or an operator no longer needs to rely on that tribal knowledge to connect the programming device to debug or troubleshoot. They merely hold the tablet over their equipment and the critical data pops up in real time and streams live. It's been very exciting for us and is delivered through our Wi-Fi network in the plants to our mobile devices. And let's take a look at one of the 16 different pieces of equipment that we've implemented this tool on, and let's see how it's delivered to us about a 20% reduction in mean time to repair. I want to talk about two of the most important connected products that this facility has in terms of its digital transformation or its digital evolution. The first of which is the Aussie Sense offering, the Aussie RFID offering from Schneider Electric. The conveyor system, at any given time, we move over 7,000 parts in the sky from a fabrication group through paint and to the final assembly group in the right order, in the right priority, at the right time to the assembly line. Another very critical connected product for us that we have over 300 of in the facility are the Magellan HMIs. And you'll see those quite frequently throughout the plant. It gives all the operators the ability to visualize, to control their processes in the plant. We rely on them very heavily. This device also has the ability, through the use of two advisor applications known as Secure Connected Advisor and Mobile Operator Advisor, the ability to deliver a cyber secure connection to any device that's on the subset of this device. It also gives you the ability to deliver control anywhere in your facility of the actual HMI screen through the use of Mobile Operator Advisor. So we use these throughout the facility. In this particular case, in our Power and Free system, we can look at information streaming from anywhere in the facility, from any one of our processes. This particular Power and Free system that we're standing in front of now has 8 different control panels like this and over 30 HMIs in the system that we can view what's going on across the plant and see from any individual location in the plant. And those are very powerful parts. So we're coming to a very critical process in the Lexington facility, and that's our paint room. You can understand with a process that's this complex, you know, a 7-stage pre-treatment system, 20,000-gallon e-coat tank, the ability to e-coat 50 million square feet of metal a year. You can understand the complexity and the amount of control and monitoring that needs to take place. So what we've implemented here in our paint system is we've implemented a solution known as EcoStruxure SCADA Expert based on Intusoft Web Studio, which has given us the ability to visualize and control 167 critical variables in the operation. Now, the really cool thing about the Intusoft Web Studio or EcoStruxure SCADA Expert application is its use of mobile thin clients and web thin clients to deliver that content anywhere in the building. What we're looking at here is we're looking at a live operator view of what the operator is using in the facility to control the processes. If you look through the control room here, you'll see another screen that looks exactly the same because this is a secure web client that has delivered this view or this input into this process in multiple locations throughout the video. So we're at a point in the tour now where I'd like to talk to you about our digital energy management system here in Lexington, Kentucky facility. We utilize two very important tools, one an edge tool and one an app and analytic layer tool. The edge tool is known as Power Monitoring Expert. Power Monitoring Expert lies here at the edge and uses a system of connected meters in your facility to tell us exactly where your energy usage occurs. It also has the ability to extract data from PLCs and PCs, and it lets you descriptively analyze comparisons of that connected meter data with certain things like empty hooks in our paint system, the different types of metal that we use in our plant, gas consumption on a particular day. Gives you the discrete ability to descriptively analyze and dashboard your energy usage in a particular area with very great detail. Then at the regional level, in a cloud application known as Resource Advisor, we extract, our regional operations managers extract these cloud application data as a Power Monitoring Expert to the regional level, and they're able to do plant-to-plant comparisons across Schneider Electric. So for an entire region, we can analyze what we've spent and where we've spent that type of money, compare that to trends in weather, compare that to trends in year-over-year trends or month-over-month trends. Now, the use of this Power Monitoring Expert at the edge and this Resource Advisor at the cloud for a regional look, to give you an idea of how we've impacted our facility, Power Monitoring Expert has delivered us over 20% in energy reduction savings since its installation, over a 70% reduction in our carbon footprint or CO2 production. It's also given us over a 5% year-over-year energy savings reduction, and we're on track this year for 11% in energy reduction year-over-year. And the Resource Advisor application has given us over a $6 million savings since its inception here in North America at a regional level. So two very powerful tools for us here in Lexington.
I want to thank you for being here with us at Schneider Electric in Lexington. And I ask that you come to the plant when you can in person. And maybe we'll see you then and tell you how we've developed more of our story. Thank you very much.
So that is all about the various plant visits, and now I think we can have a Q&A session. So thank you very much for your patient hearing, and I am sure this session was useful and it was in line with your expectation. And these are my contact details. I am being a IEEE volunteer, so I have my IEEE email ID, and you can connect me on the LinkedIn. So now I will stop sharing my screen, and I think we can go for Q&A. So over to you, Nicholas.
So thank you for this really interesting presentation. I think it is really important for our members to get the experience from the industry and from various people from the industry, and get also their insight on what is the impact of innovation in our not only in our everyday life but also in the industry. So I would like to give a few moments for our audience to post their answer and their questions so that we can discuss. So feel free to put your questions in the chat, and we will address them. In the meantime, I have a few questions that I would like to ask you.
Yeah,
So,
please go ahead.
so first of all, I mean, we saw from the videos that you presented that your company is really into the innovation part. Of course, it's a company that was always involved with innovation, but it's really important to see how this also applies to the operation of the its industry itself. And so I would like to ask you, so when we are talking about innovation and or digitalization, so a key point that always comes up is how we face the developer or the designer of the product, how envisions the user or the operator in a factory. And so it's not always that easy to consider the person that operates. And of course, there needs to be a loop between the operator and the designer so that you can get the feedback. And how is this issue is addressed in a company, in a large corporate like Schneider Electric with like international um, experience?
Yeah, so maybe, like, we use the Kano model. There is a, the Six Sigma model where like customer delight, I mean, customer can be internal or customer can be external. And so then we have a in Kano model there is a voice of customer. So whenever we do any new innovation or any new process, so first we capture the voice of the customer, what exactly customer is expecting from the us, actually, in terms of product, in terms of feature, in terms of user experience. So we try to engage with the customer, and we take a representative sample of the customer segment, because if it is going to a different segment of the customer, every segment will have a different level of expectations. So if you want to convert them into a single product or single solution, then maybe we need to capture each of these segment, and then we need to arrive upon a specification for which the product has to be designed. And so that is the first step of the journey. And once we have the initial prototype or sample, then we visit back again to the customer to visualize, because earlier was more theoretical and on the paper, or maybe it is in the Excel sheet, or maybe in the a Word format, which a customer may not be able to visualize like 3D or like that. So we prepare those samples, and then we again visit, and we again capture the feedback. So after 3D, if the feedback, there could be a difference in the feedback when it was captured on the piece of paper or on the laptop or computer based drawings versus the actual physical model. So that with that, then we capture, and then we try to develop the product. So this is what process which we follow each and every time to ensure customer delight and the better customer experience.
So thank you for this answer. And building on this first question, I would like to ask you, I think it's really important in your business to kind of automate all this procedure that you just mentioned before, and also build products that can be flexible and adaptable according to the client's needs. So what are actually the key factors that you need to consider when design a product that that you want to offer to a customer? So should you go to a really specific solution or go for a, let's say, more broad solution that it can be flexible and adaptable? And also, so the one part of the question is this: so th- thinking that you provide a solution to various customers, but also with the technology changing that fast, you need to also upgrade and update the operation of a tool or of an industry sooner than it was in the previous years. So, what are the key factors that you need to consider when you design a tool or industry?
Yeah, so maybe like first point is like we develop a product or the solution which is flexible in terms of modularity. So if customer is initially going with the basic variant, and later maybe after a year or two he has his expansion plan, or he has any addition of the feature, I mean he want to go for more advanced automation. So maybe he can add up those modules maybe as and when he feels the requirement. So that is coming with the modularity of the solution which we offer, and which can be upgradable at any point of time when the product is under use. So he can add up the additional, let's say, digital input output, and maybe the main product he can purchase at the year one, and maybe after 2 years he want to add more digital input output, and he want to make everything automation, which was earlier maybe parts semi automation. So that flexibility we provide in different products, so that is taken care based on the customer feedback and the market dynamicity. Another part is like as you said, if there is a firmware or if there is any advanced feature which is upgraded maybe after some time, so there is a firmware upgrade feature is also available, I mean which is the feature upgradation maybe later point of time. So that flexibility is also given to the customer. So these are the two steps. And if it is a like app or analytics, so there also we have the similar upgrade thing offered to the customer, so that can be also upgraded with the kind of continuous addition of the new features in the product. So the offer is sent to the customer, and it can be discussed, and based on the customer acceptance and the requirement, it can be upgraded. So these are the process we follow in terms of a late point identification, or maybe the customer latent requirement which may not be there at the initial purchase of the product.
So, so thank you for this valuable feedback. I also have one more question, and I think it will be really interesting for our viewers, because the majority of the young professionals are young graduates or undergraduate students. So I think that lots of graduates face is that maybe they have the skills because they are younger, they are exposed to innovation and technology earlier, and they have the skills to develop or to design a product really fast, with a sprint, or being part of a startup, let's say. But the most tricky things that they need to face is to build on a vision and build on the strategy and the design of the product itself. And I would like to ask you how, and on the contrary, large corporates tend to be slower in terms of how they develop a product, but they are quite sure for the vision and the strategy that they want to fill. They know that this product has a value. And I would like to ask you, how does you, like from the corporate side, how do you see this thing, and how do you try actually to get this insight from um, startups or from young graduates? And what do you propose for people that they feel that they have the skills, but they need to face real life problems and provide solutions to specific problems?
Yeah, so maybe like as you said, the young people and the startups. So yeah, large corporates also have, the part of their innovation strategy, and which is done by the innovation champion, or there is a the function which is strategic innovation. So they continuously keep on, uh, I mean in the discussion with the leadership team, and they continuously try to make a long term, short term, and medium term visions. So for us, like, we need to work on all three, and we need to offer the product and solutions. So my advice to young professionals is, like continuously upgrade yourself with whatever technological innovation which is happening in the domain in which we are working. So there are, like, various IEEE conferences which probably they can, participate, they can attend, or they can join. So a lot of speakers from different industry, and what are the different areas of innovation which is happening, can be one feeder to them. And then there are various other universities also, they work on new technology and latest innovations. So they, because since they are very young, and they are from the college or the university, so they are fairly aware about what are the areas universities are working on, and what are the new, upcoming technology domains which are there. So these are the, I think, things. And there are MIT and Stanford and various kind of other universities, and maybe McKinsey or other companies, they publish, the which are the upcoming technology for next 10 years or 5 years. So they can very well I mean, update themselves with what are the areas and domains which the new technologies are upcoming. So these are the three areas I think I would recommend or suggest for to them to be well connected and be well observant, to be at par with the latest technologies.
Yes, I totally agree. As you said, being an observer of the technology, and it is also really helpful to identify the problem that we need to solve.
Yeah, and sometimes, they can be part of evolution of technology also. I mean, like, some of the technology which may not come from these feeders, so sometimes it can be a absolute evolution from the individuals also, if they are very highly innovative. So it depends on the, like, individual interest and passion and kind of drives, which but these are other things. What I mentioned is like normal way of doing it. So if somebody is very, like, Elon Musk, somebody is Elon Musk, probably he will disrupt the market with the new technology, and nobody could think about automotive world. I mean, was surprised by the Elon Musk. He came from, he was not in automotive industry anytime. He come from somewhere, other industry. So mostly the disruption could happen from the, not from the same industry and same domain, it could happen from the other industry. I mean, and that is where the breakthrough innovations which mostly comes.
Exactly. Yes, I totally agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree. So let me check if we have any question from our audience. So no, we don't have. So okay, so I don't know if you have any conclusion that you want to make. I would like to thank you for this wonderful um, presentation, and I think also the Q&A was really helpful for our audience. And it's always important to have people from the industry and sharing their experiences and providing valuable information for young graduates like our members.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Nicholas, for inviting me and giving this opportunity to share the maybe knowledge what I could gather or collect, and which I felt it was in the pandemic time it was most needed at that time, because mostly in-person visits were restricted because of lockdowns and various kind of. So in 2021 and 2020, I think were most challenging years from a in-person visits. So I think this is the best thing which we can do virtually, and which can give a exposure. But let me tell you here one thing: even in person also we cannot experience in such a small time so many things. So that's the kind of advantage of virtual platform also. I mean, the very power packed things in a very short period of time, which we can gather, which otherwise in person maybe we may not be able to collect and gather so many things in a very small period.
Exactly. Yes, I totally agree. I mean, you presented us results you provided us a really compact information and from from the operation of the smart industry. So it's really important for
Yeah.
all of us. So once again, I would like to thank you for your time and your effort on this wonderful presentation. Um, it was a joy for us to have you here. Um, so, uh, if we don't have anything more to add, I would like to close this
Yeah,
session.
sure. Thank you very much, and have
Thank
a
you.
wonderful day ahead.
You too.
And bye.
Bye bye.
And